While combat sports mostly showcase muscular physiques, there have been cases where bigger fighters with more body fat have managed to defeat their jacked opponents. This brings us to a thought that physique alone does not determine the outcome of a fight, and that skills, strategy, and effort can play just as big a role. With that being said, let's have a look at 10 MMA fat guys knocking out jacked beasts. Before you move on with the video, consider subscribing to our channel. Now without further ado, let's start the video. Number 10. Derek Lewis vs. Alexander Volkov. The UFC 229 heavyweight bout between Derek Lewis and Alexander Volkov was a spectacle in itself. The fight was particularly remarkable because of Lewis's physical appearance, as he came into the fight with a significant amount of belly fat. Despite this, Lewis proved that his size didn't matter, as he knocked out Volkov in the third round with a powerful right hand. His victory over the more physically fit Volkov was a testament to Lewis's knockout power and resilience in the face of adversity. This fight serves as a reminder that in the UFC, anything can happen, and that fighters who don't fit the traditional mold can still emerge victorious with their skills and determination. Later, Alexander gave the following statement. Number 9. Tank Abbott vs. Steve Nelmark. The fight between Tank Abbott and Steve Nelmark at UFC 115 was a classic contest between a powerful striker and a skillful wrestler. Abbott, known for his brawling style and stocky build, entered the battle a little heavier, but it didn't stop him from overpowering Nelmark with his hard blows. Despite Nelmark's efforts to take Abbott down and use his grappling talents, Abbott's size and power were too much for him, and he knocked Nelmark out in the first round. If you like watching hard-hitting heavyweights, you'll enjoy this bout. Number 8. Ben Rothwell vs. Alistair Overeem. At UFC Bout Night 50, Ben Rothwell and Alistair Overeem had a remarkable bout. Despite being heavier, Rothwell dominated with jabs and hard punches, finally knocking out the opponent in the second round with a huge overhand right. This proved that physical appearance is not the main criteria in deciding octagon success. Even against someone with Overeem's reputation, Rothwell's unconventional approach and big hands made him a dangerous opponent, making it a must-see for lovers of spectacular upsets and stunning knockouts. Number 7. Timothy Johnson vs. Matt Mitrione Fortune. In a stunning upset, Timothy Johnson emerged victorious against the heavily favored Matt Mitrione Fortune in a thrilling heavyweight clash. Johnson used his superior wrestling skills and heavy hands to dominate Fortune on the ground and on the feet, ultimately securing a knockout victory in the first round. This win marked a significant moment in Johnson's career, as he proved himself to be a formidable force in the heavyweight division and a worthy contender for some of the top fighters in the sport. With his impressive performance against Fortune, Johnson cemented his status as a rising star in the world of mixed martial arts. Number 6. Mark Hunt vs. Jake Congo. The fight between Mark Hunt and Jake Congo at UFC 144 was a slugfest between two knockout powerhouses. Hunt, a former K1 kickboxing champion, gave a tremendous left hook in the opening round and finally knocked Congo out with another strong left hook in the second round. Hunt's victory over Congo was a career high point, demonstrating that he has the ability to defeat even the most difficult opponents. The victory also helped put him into heavyweight championship contention in the UFC. Number 5. Mike Russo vs. Todd Duffy. Mike Russo's victory over Todd Duffy at UFC 114 showcased that underdogs can pull off massive upsets in MMA. Russo proved to be a game opponent, exchanging strikes with Duffy and securing a TKO victory in the third round with a huge overhand right. The win helped put Russo on the map in the UFC's heavyweight division. Number 4. Butterbean vs. James Thompson. With a career record of 8 victories and 3 defeats, Butterbean landed in London as the main attraction for the 20th Cage Rage event in February 2007. His opponent was James Thompson, a Pride FC veteran and former bodybuilder. Thompson, with his commanding stature and formidable combat abilities, offered a difficult challenge. Thompson's stern face and volley of kicks did not deter Butterbean. Within 30 seconds, Butterbean dashed forward and effectively knocked down his heavy British opponent. Number 3. Chris Barnett vs. Travis View. At Titan FC 60, Chris Barnett, also known as Huggy Bear, pulled off a major upset against seasoned veteran Travis View. Barnett's unique fighting style, incorporating acrobatics and capoeira, helped him dominate View in the first and second rounds. In the second round, Barnett landed a flying knee and followed up with ground and pound, securing the TKO victory. The win solidified Barnett as a rising star in the heavyweight division and proved that his flashy style could be effective against more traditional fighters. Number 2. Justin Willis vs. Alan Crowder. Justin Willis played football as a kid, a sport that sometimes demands extra body bulk for particular positions. Despite his decision to retire from football, his body mirrored his former physical endeavors. Willis joined the UFC as a somewhat overweight and relatively unknown fighter, with limited recognition and a 4-1 record. He faced Alan Crowder, another former football player who seemed more muscular and physically strong in UFC 218. Willis delivered an entertaining start to the contest with his first battle. He put his opponent against the fence in the middle of the first round and ended the fight with a great strike. Following 2 more wins, Justin appeared to change his concentration to engaging in social media fights. Number 1. Roy Nelson vs. Antonio Bigfoot Silva. The heavyweight bout between Roy Nelson and Antonio Bigfoot Silva was one for the ages. Nelson, famed for his unusual build and one-punch knockout power, came across Silva, a tall Brazilian fighter known for his ability to take punishment and deliver deadly attacks. The two fighters fought in a back-and-forth slugfest from the start, with Silva using his bulk and punching ability to keep Nelson at bay. Nelson, on the other hand, refused to back down, launching some hard strikes of his own and even knocking Silva to the canvas at one point. Nelson dug deep in the third and final round and unleashed a series of shots, including a big overhand right that sent Silva tumbling to the ground. The battle was soon stopped by the referee, delivering Nelson a shocking knockout victory against one of the sport's strongest competitors. Nelson's victory over Silva will go down as one of the most memorable moments in heavyweight division history. When asked about the match, Nelson stated the following words: "This brings us to the conclusion that a fighter's physicality does not always define his or her ability to win a bout. In fact, it's their passion, tenacity, and knockout power which makes them the conqueror." That's all for today. For more such videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next video soon.